The skies above us have been a source of wonder and mystery since time immemorial. And within that cosmic expanse, there have been sightings, incidents, phenomena that don't fit neatly into our understanding of the world. Incidents that suggest we might not be alone. UFO crashes. They're a staple of science fiction and the fodder of conspiracy theories. But what happens when these crashes are reported in real life? Are they hoaxes, misinterpretations, or could they be genuine encounters with extraterrestrial technology? Today we'll take a journey through some of the most notable purported UFO crash incidents and the intriguing theories surrounding them. Our journey begins in the summer of 1947, in the quiet town of Roswell, New Mexico. The nearby desert landscape was disrupted when an unidentified flying object crashed into the barren soil. What unfolded after is a narrative of intrigue that continues to fuel discussions to this day. Rancher W.W. Mac Brazel discovered the wreckage, which was unlike anything he had ever seen. It was made of a thin, lightweight material that Brazel described as a sort of metal foil. He could crumple it and it would unfold itself, retaining its original shape. The local military base, Roswell Army Airfield, initially reported the recovery of a flying disc, only to retract the statement a day later, claiming it was a simple weather balloon that had crashed. But this quick change in narrative sparked curiosity and suspicion. Could it have been a cover-up? Several witnesses later came forward decades after the incident. They claimed they saw not only the wreckage of a disc-shaped craft, but also the bodies of its otherworldly occupants. Jesse Marcel, the intelligence officer who first investigated and recovered some of the wreckage, later openly disputed the weather balloon explanation. He claimed the materials he found were not of this world. The Roswell incident is perhaps the most famous and thoroughly investigated UFO crash in history. It has become the cornerstone of UFO conspiracy theories and has inspired countless books, movies, and TV shows. But despite all the interest and investigation, the question remains: what really happened in Roswell in the summer of 1947? The truth, as they say, may still be out there. Next, let's travel to Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. On the evening of December 9, 1965, a fireball was reported by thousands in at least 6 US states and Ontario, Canada. It streaked over the Detroit, Michigan, Windsor, Canada area, reportedly dropped hot metal debris over Michigan and northern Ohio, and caused sonic booms in western Pennsylvania. It was generally assumed and reported by the press to be a meteor. However, inhabitants of Kecksburg had a different story to tell. Eyewitnesses in the small village described something crashing in the woods, a large, brilliant fireball in the sky. But this was no ordinary meteor. Residents reported a strange acorn-shaped object about the size of a small car. The strange object was adorned with mysterious hieroglyphic-like characters etched into its metallic surface. The military was on the scene quickly, cordoning off the area and removing the object on a flatbed truck under the cover of darkness. Officially, they later reported they found absolutely nothing in the woods. But this quick response and the subsequent secrecy only fueled the rumors of a government cover-up. In the following years, numerous theories have surfaced about the Kecksburg incident. Some suggest it was a crashed Soviet satellite, others claim it was an extraterrestrial spacecraft, and some even believe it was an experimental Nazi Die Glocke device from WW2, somehow displaced in time. While no definitive conclusion has been reached, the Kecksburg incident continues to intrigue ufologists and conspiracy theorists alike. The truth behind this event remains as elusive as the object itself, a mystery concealed within the shadows of the unknown. The Shag Harbor incident, which took place on October 4, 1967 in Nova Scotia, Canada, is another notable UFO crash that has puzzled investigators for decades. This particular incident stands out due to its multiple credible witnesses and an official government acknowledgement that something unexplained indeed happened. On that fateful night, residents reported seeing a sequence of flashing lights in the sky, which were moving in a downward trajectory. These lights eventually hit the water's surface and appeared to float, prompting some witnesses to believe they were seeing a tragic airplane crash. Local authorities were quickly alerted, and a rescue mission was launched under the assumption that an aircraft had crashed into the sea. But when boats arrived at the scene, there was no wreckage, no bodies, and no survivors. Instead, they found a long, yellow foam on the water. a sign that something unusual had occurred. The Canadian military became involved, and an underwater search was initiated. Still, no aircraft wreckage was found, and the case was handed off to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the Canadian Coast Guard. They classified it as a UFO report, the only unsolved case in Canada officially classified as a UFO. Over the years, the Shag Harbor incident has provoked numerous theories. Some believe it was a secret military operation, while others propose it was an extraterrestrial craft. Some witnesses even reported seeing a second craft in the sky, seemingly looking for the first one. Despite extensive investigations, including by civilian UFO groups, the true nature of the Shag Harbor incident remains a mystery. It's an enigma that continues to fuel speculation and interest, keeping the incident very much alive in the annals of UFO history. If we're exploring UFO crash incidents, we mustn't overlook the Berwyn Mountain incident in Wales in 1974. This event involves an alleged crash of an unidentified flying object in the Berwyn Mountains. The mystery deepens with the claim of a subsequent military cover-up, which has fueled a lot of speculation over the years. On the night of January 23, 1974, residents in the nearby village of Llandrillo reported a loud explosion and earth tremors. The local community was understandably alarmed, believing they had experienced an earthquake. Many also reported seeing strange lights in the sky moving towards the mountain range. The initial official explanation was that the tremors were caused by an earthquake measuring 3.5 on the Richter scale. However, locals were convinced that the tremors were caused by something crashing into the mountains. This belief was fueled by reports of a significant military presence in the area in the days following the event, leading many to believe that something was being covered up. Over the years, the theories around the Berwyn Mountain incident have ranged from crashed UFOs to secretive military operations. Some believe that an extraterrestrial craft crashed and that the military quickly moved in to retrieve the wreckage and any possible occupants. Others propose that the event was a result of a secretive military experiment gone wrong. Despite numerous requests for information, the UK government has released very little documentation about the incident. This lack of information has only added to the intrigue surrounding the event. Even today, the Berwyn Mountain incident is a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike, making it one of the most enduring UFO mysteries in the UK. Let's move our focus to the other side of the globe, to a place called Dalnegorsk in the Soviet Union. In the chilly winter evening of January 29, 1986, locals reported a strange reddish sphere flying towards a hill known as Height 611. The object supposedly crashed into the hill, sparking a fire that lasted for hours. The Height 611 incident is unique because of the immediate and extensive research conducted by Soviet scientists in the aftermath. A team led by Dr. Valery Dvuzhilny from the Far Eastern Academy of Sciences gathered samples from the crash site just 2 days later. What they found was peculiar. The site was littered with tiny rock-like particles, metallic in nature, and also unusual black glassy beads. Analysis of these beads revealed them to be almost entirely composed of lead and iron silicate, but it was the way these elements were combined that was unusual. They were structured in a way not typical for naturally occurring minerals or human-made materials. This led the researchers to believe that the object was likely not of earthly origin. Additionally, the trees around the crash site were also affected. They appeared to have been exposed to high heat levels, causing burn damage, but strangely, there was no evidence of a conventional explosion. This further added to the mystery. Despite thorough investigations, what crashed into Height 611 remains a mystery. The unusual nature of the debris and the lack of conventional explanations have led many to believe that this was indeed a UFO crash. Yet, like most UFO incidents, official explanations are scarce and typically dismissive of the extraterrestrial hypothesis. Nevertheless, for many, the Height 611 incident remains a strong piece of evidence in support of the existence of UFOs. How about we step into the time machine and head to the late 19th century, specifically April 17, 1897, in the small town of Aurora, Texas. The event in question predates the Roswell incident by a good half-century, and it's one of the earliest reported UFO crashes. According to local newspaper reports from the time, an airship was seen by several witnesses as it swerved over the town square, then crashed into a windmill on the property of a Judge J.S. Proctor. The explosion that followed destroyed the windmill and the water tank and scattered debris across several acres of ground. But here's where it gets truly bizarre. The townsfolk allegedly discovered a badly disfigured body, which they assumed was the ship's pilot. The body, described as not an inhabitant of this world, was buried with Christian rites in the local cemetery. Reports claim that the wreckage from the crash site had strange hieroglyphic-like symbols. In the 1970s, the case was re-investigated by UFO researchers. They claimed to locate the grave and even applied to exhume the site, but the request was denied. Metal fragments were found in the area which were claimed to be remnants of the UFO, but the results of the analysis were inconclusive. The Aurora case is often dismissed as a hoax, primarily because the town was suffering from a severe economic downturn, and some suggest that the story was concocted to revive interest in the area. But without definitive proof, it remains an intriguing piece of UFO history that continues to fuel speculation about early extraterrestrial visits to Earth. We've journeyed through a landscape of mystery and speculation, diving into numerous accounts of supposed UFO crashes. From Roswell to the Berwyn Mountains, these incidents have spurred countless theories, debates, and investigations. While it's easy to dismiss these stories as mere fabrications or misunderstandings, they do serve a crucial role in fueling our curiosity about what lies beyond our planet. They remind us that the universe is vast, and there's so much we don't yet understand. Could we be visited by beings from another world? Have we already been? The answers are still out there, waiting in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Until next time, remember to keep looking up and questioning everything. And hey guys, I'm back, but what if I wasn't? What if instead I was an extraterrestrial being from a far-off galaxy? A concept that's not too far off for some conspiracy theorists who believe that our governments have been keeping secrets about alien landings. But how about something even more mind-boggling? Alien connections to the Great Pyramids. Well, let's dive in and explore these intriguing ideas. In our quest to comprehend the unknown, we often turn to our governments. After all, they must know something, right? From the late 1940s through the late 1960s, the US government's Project Blue Book compiled reports of over 12,000 sightings or encounters with unidentified flying objects. Although the project concluded in 1969, stating that most of the sightings involved conventional aircraft or natural phenomena, and that none posed a threat to national security, it didn't quell the public's fascination or skepticism, but there's more. In recent years, the US government has released a series of videos that show fast-moving objects captured by military aircraft. These videos, which the Department of Defense has explicitly referred to as containing unidentified aerial phenomena, have reignited public interest and speculation about the existence of extraterrestrial life and their potential visitations to our planet. Moreover, the CIA has declassified a large number of documents and files about UFOs, making them available online. This trove of information includes reports dating from the 1940s to the early 1990s. Though many of these reports are heavily redacted and offer no concrete evidence of extraterrestrial life, they do prove one thing. The government has spent considerable time and resources investigating these phenomena. So, yes, governments have leaked, declassified, or even directly released information concerning UFOs, or, as they now prefer to call them, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP. Still, the question remains, are these genuine encounters with alien technology, or are they merely earthly phenomena we have yet to understand fully? As we venture deeper, keep this question in mind. And the Roswell incident, that's where things get particularly controversial, and conspiracy theories abound. In 1947, something fell from the sky near Roswell, New Mexico. The US military claimed it was a weather balloon, but many didn't buy this explanation. Even today, over 7 decades later, the incident sparks debates and conspiracy theories. At the time, a local rancher discovered unusual debris in his sheep pasture. Lightweight, but incredibly strong, pieces of what appeared to be metal and plastic. After the military swiftly collected and removed the material, rumors began circulating that it was not a weather balloon that had crashed, but an extraterrestrial spacecraft. The Roswell incident has since become a linchpin of UFO conspiracy theories, with allegations of a government cover-up. Documents have been declassified over time, but many questions remain, keeping Roswell firmly in the realm of the mysterious and the unexplained. And here's where things get even more peculiar. Some claim that not only was there a crashed spacecraft, but also recovered alien bodies. Reports suggest that autopsies were performed on these beings, offering insight into extraterrestrial physiology. However, these accounts have been largely dismissed by mainstream science and are often considered the stuff of science fiction. But then again, in a universe so vast, who's to say what's possible? After all, as I always like to ponder, we're just a tiny speck in the grand cosmic scale. The Roswell incident remains one of the most enduring and fascinating stories in the world of ufology. And while the truth of what really happened is still shrouded in secrecy and skepticism, the allure of the unknown continues to captivate us, fueling our curiosity and our imagination. Who knows what secrets the universe holds, or what might come crashing down from the sky next? And now let's take a massive leap, not just in location, but also in time, from the deserts of New Mexico in the mid-20th century to the deserts of Egypt thousands of years ago. It's time to talk about the Great Pyramids of Giza and how they might be connected to aliens. These majestic structures, the last of the seven wonders of the ancient world, are truly awe-inspiring. The biggest of them all, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, consists of 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. What's even more staggering is that these pyramids were built with such precision that our current technology would struggle to match. The Great Pyramid, for example, is aligned to true north with an accuracy of 3/60 yards of a degree. How could the ancient Egyptians accomplish such a feat without the aid of modern technology or even the compass? This is where the alien theorists step in. Some propose that such advanced architectural and engineering skills could have come from extraterrestrial beings. They argue that aliens might have either directly built the pyramids or passed on the knowledge to the ancient Egyptians. Some even go as far as to suggest that the pyramids were used as a sort of energy generator or even a beacon for alien spacecraft. Many scientists and historians dismiss these theories, citing ample evidence of the techniques and tools used by the Egyptians, along with a gradual evolution of pyramid building skills over generations. But the alien theorists persist, asking questions like, why does the layout of the pyramids match the Orion's Belt constellation? And why are there similar pyramid structures in cultures around the world with no known contact with each other? While it's easy to dismiss these theories as fantastical, they do make us ponder the extraordinary capabilities of our ancestors and the mysteries that ancient structures like the pyramids continue to hold. Whether or not you believe in the alien connection, there's no denying that these questions add another layer of intrigue to the already captivating story of the pyramids. As we delve deeper, we continue to uncover more about our past and potentially about our place in the universe. Now, let's delve deeper into one of the most intriguing aspects of the Great Pyramids of Giza, their alignment. As I mentioned earlier, these pyramids are aligned with an uncanny level of precision. But did you know that they also mimic a specific pattern seen in the night sky? The three pyramids on the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Pyramid of Khafre, and the Pyramid of Menkaure, are laid out in a pattern that matches the three stars in the belt of the constellation Orion. This is what is known as the Orion correlation theory, first put forward by Belgian author Robert Bovell in the 1980s. Here's where it gets even more interesting. The theory suggests that not only do the pyramids mimic the Orion's belt, but they also do so as the constellation would have appeared in the sky in the year 10,500 BCE. This is a significant divergence from the accepted chronology, which places the construction of the pyramids at around 2,500 BCE. But why Orion? Well, in ancient Egyptian mythology, the god associated with the afterlife, Osiris, was represented in the sky by the constellation Orion. So it's theorized that the pyramids, specifically the Great Pyramid, were built to serve as a stargate for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the afterlife and join with Osiris in the constellation Orion. Some proponents of the alien theory seize on this point, suggesting that the alignment and precision involved in this construction could only have been achieved with advanced, likely extraterrestrial knowledge and technology. They also point out that other ancient structures around the world, like the Teotihuacan in Mexico, also seem to align with celestial bodies, further fueling the notion of a worldwide ancient connection with extraterrestrial beings. As always, these theories are met with skepticism from mainstream scholars. They argue that the Egyptians had a deep understanding of astronomy and that the correlation with Orion could be coincidental or symbolic, rather than evidence of alien intervention. Still, the pyramid alignment theory, much like the pyramids themselves, stands as a fascinating testament to the enduring allure of these ancient marvels. Whether the product of human ingenuity or extraterrestrial influence, the precision and grandeur of the pyramids continue to captivate us, prompting us to question, to probe, and to wonder about the incredible story of human civilization. As we explore the various theories surrounding the pyramids and their potential extraterrestrial connections, it's essential to examine how governments, particularly the Egyptian government, have responded to these claims. The Egyptian government has long maintained that the pyramids were constructed by ancient Egyptians using conventional methods, with no influence or assistance from extraterrestrial beings. They argue that while the construction techniques employed may seem advanced or mysterious, they are in line with the level of knowledge and skill possessed by ancient Egyptians. In response to theories about extraterrestrial involvement, officials have consistently cited the work of renowned Egyptologists and archaeologists who have spent years studying the pyramids and their construction. These experts have offered explanations for the alignment, measurements, and precise engineering of the pyramids, suggesting that human ingenuity and innovation were solely responsible. Some governments have also taken steps to counter conspiracy theories about alien connections to the pyramids. For instance, they have cooperated with international research teams and supported scientific studies that examine the construction methods and materials used in building the pyramids. By facilitating such research, they aim to provide evidence that supports the mainstream view that the pyramids are the product of human craftsmanship rather than extraterrestrial intervention. In recent years, the Egyptian government has also made efforts to promote transparency and inclusivity in the study of their ancient heritage. They have invited experts from around the world to participate in ongoing archaeological projects and have welcomed new technologies and methods that can help shed light on the pyramid's construction. Despite these efforts, the allure of the alien theory persists, and a variety of alternative explanations continue to circulate. While the government's response has been to promote scientific research and uphold the achievements of their ancient civilization, the enduring fascination with the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement in the construction of the pyramids is a testament to the deep sense of wonder and curiosity that these ancient marvels continue to inspire. Theories of government cover-ups and alien landings, the mysterious origins of the pyramids. These stories provide a fascinating look into our collective fascination with the unknown. They challenge our understanding of history and our place in the universe. And while these theories may lack definitive proof, they certainly provide food for thought. So the next time you look up at the stars or marvel at the pyramids, ask yourself, what if there's more to the story? Have you ever heard about Bob Lazar? Yes, the same man who sparked the worldwide curiosity and conspiracy theories surrounding Area 51, extraterrestrial technology, and the mystery Element 115. He claims to have worked on reverse engineering alien technology in a secretive base called S4 near Area 51. But how did a supposed physicist from the Midwest end up at the heart of one of the most enduring UFO narratives of our time? And why does his story continue to fascinate us today, decades after he first brought his claims to the public? Let's delve into this cosmic conundrum together. Bob Lazar, a name that sends ripples through the world of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Born in 1959 in Coral Gables, Florida, Lazar moved to New York during his childhood. He's held a lifelong fascination with science and technology, particularly with jet engines and explosives, and his exploits even led to some minor run-ins with the law. But what truly thrust Lazar into the spotlight wasn't his penchant for pyrotechnics. It was his extraordinary claims in 1989, when he came forward in a televised interview, introducing himself to the world as a physicist and declaring that he had worked in a clandestine facility near the infamous Area 51. This location, he said, was called S4, tucked into the Emigrant Valley and sheltered by the Papoose mountain range. According to Lazar, S4 was the hub of a top-secret operation that focused on reverse engineering alien technology. He claimed to have been part of this covert program, working directly on 9 extraterrestrial craft, each one with different exteriors but identical interiors. His role, he stated, was to help understand and reproduce the incredible technology that powered these vessels. This claim, as outrageous as it was, caught the public's attention. UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists pounced on Lazar's story as proof of the US government's knowledge and involvement with extraterrestrial beings and their technology. But his story also drew skepticism from many others, leading to an ongoing debate about the truth of Lazar's claims, his background, and the very existence of S4. It's this controversy that continues to fog Lazar's story. S4, a location etched into the minds of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike thanks to Lazar. But what was the nature of the work supposedly conducted at this elusive location? Let's delve into what Lazar described as his experiences there. At S4, according to Lazar, the mission was clear yet unimaginably complex: to reverse engineer advanced extraterrestrial technology. He described the alien craft as sports model flying saucers, powered by a device he referred to as the Element 115 reactor. This mysterious element, which he claimed was not of our planet, allegedly generated a gravity wave that propelled the spacecraft. His role, as part of the back engineering team, was to try to understand how these flying saucers worked and to explore the possibility of duplicating their technology using earthly materials and scientific understanding. It was an intricate task that demanded a fusion of physics, engineering, and a lot of conjecture. But Lazar also spoke about the intense secrecy and compartmentalization that characterized the operation. Each project team at S4 was kept in the dark about the other team's work, minimizing the risk of information leakage. Even within the teams, knowledge was strictly on a need-to-know basis. Furthermore, Lazar claimed that the US government had fabricated academic and professional records to discredit him if he ever broke his oath of secrecy. Indeed, when his claims reached the public, Lazar found his background under intense scrutiny, with critics pointing to discrepancies and lack of verifiable records. But in spite of all the skepticism and controversy, the details of Lazar's account continue to captivate many who are willing to ponder the possibility of a secretive government program focused on alien technology. It's a tale that adds another layer to the intriguing tapestry of UFO lore. Bob Lazar's academic and professional credentials have been the subject of intense debate. His claim of having degrees from the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, two of the most prestigious institutions in the world, was met with incredulity and skepticism. When investigators attempted to verify Lazar's educational background, they hit a wall. There were no records of Lazar having attended, let alone graduated from either of these universities. Critics argue this effectively discredits his claim of being a physicist, thus calling into question his alleged role at S4. However, Lazar claimed that his records were deliberately erased to discredit him and suppress the explosive information he disclosed. It's a claim that's difficult to prove, but fuels the intrigue surrounding his story. Lazar's supporters point to his undeniable scientific and technical knowledge, arguing that he couldn't have gained such understanding without substantial education. Additionally, Lazar also claimed to have previously worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory, a top-level research institution in New Mexico. Initial checks turned up no employment records, but an old phone directory did list a Robert Lazar employed by a subcontractor. Furthermore, a news article from before the controversy featured a picture of Lazar standing next to a jet car he claimed to have built, and the article referred to him as a physicist with the Los Alamos Meson Physics Facility. This tug-of-war between Lazar's claims and the verifiable evidence forms a significant part of the Lazar narrative. It's a maze of mystery, sprinkled with apparent contradictions and unanswered questions, stirring the minds of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. One of the most extraordinary claims Bob Lazar made revolves around an element he referred to as Element 115, which he said was used as the fuel for the alleged extraterrestrial spacecraft at S4. Lazar's description of this element's properties seemed fantastical at the time. He claimed it was capable of generating a gravitational field when excited and could be used for gravity propulsion. This was said to enable the craft to distort gravity around it, allowing for what would appear to us as incredible acceleration and maneuverability, not to mention facilitating travel across vast cosmic distances. He suggested that these distortions in gravity were the reason why observers often reported UFOs as making rapid direction changes and accelerating at unbelievable speeds. In the early 1990s, when Lazar first made these claims, there was no official recognition of element 115 in the periodic table. However, in 2003, scientists were able to synthetically create a super-heavy element with an atomic number of 115. Named Moscovium, it was not as stable as Lazar had claimed element 115 was, and it certainly did not exhibit the gravity-defying properties he described. Nonetheless, this development sparked renewed interest in his story. Additionally, Lazar detailed the design and functionality of the alleged alien spacecraft. He claimed they were powered by a gravity reactor, which utilized element 115 to generate a gravity A wave. The spacecraft allegedly had 3 gravity amplifiers, which could focus the gravity A wave to allow the craft to essentially fall in any direction, explaining their seemingly impossible maneuvers. The technical and detailed nature of Lazar's claims, whether fact or fiction, have undeniably captured the imagination of many and have significantly influenced the discourse around UFO technology and potential alien propulsion methods. Today, Bob Lazar's story continues to divide opinions and provoke debate, with many still questioning the truth of his assertions and the validity of his credentials. The lack of substantial, verifiable evidence has kept many skeptics unconvinced. Yet there are others who believe his account, drawn to the consistency in his narrative and the specific technological details he provided. Lazar has largely withdrawn from the public eye, but made a significant return to the spotlight with the 2018 documentary Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, directed by Jeremy Corbell. In the film, Lazar stands by his claims, expressing frustration and discomfort about his unique knowledge and the ensuing disbelief he has faced. The documentary has brought his story to a new generation, sparking renewed interest and debate. Some points that have kept his narrative alive include the official acknowledgement of Area 51 by the US government in 2013, more than 2 decades after Lazar first brought it to public attention. Moreover, the US Navy's confirmation of several videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena performing maneuvers that appear to defy our understanding of physics has led some to speculate about the kind of technology Lazar described. In recent years, a renewed push for transparency on UFOs from certain sectors of the US government and military, culminating in the 2020 release of previously classified UFO footage, has added fuel to the discussion surrounding Lazar's claims. While none of this conclusively proves Lazar's story, for some, it suggests that the world might be closer to accepting the existence of technology and knowledge that is currently beyond our comprehension. And so, as we stare up at the night sky, pondering our place in the cosmos, the story of Bob Lazar continues to challenge our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Despite the skeptics, despite the controversy, his tale echoes with our innate desire to explore the unknown and to comprehend the incomprehensible. So next time when you look at the stars twinkling above, ask yourself, could it be that we've already touched the cosmos in ways we can't fully understand or accept? Just a thought. Hello there, picture this. A bustling airport with planes taking off and landing, travelers rushing to catch flights, and in its depths, a secret society of reptiles. Yes, you heard that right. We're going to dive into one of the most interesting and bizarre conspiracy theories out there. The Denver airport reptiles. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Why on earth would an airport have barbed wire fences facing inwards? It's quite a puzzling sight, and one that has stirred quite a bit of controversy. Normally, fences are designed to keep people out, right? But what happens when they are designed to keep people in? Now, this is where things get a little strange. At the Denver airport, one thing that has consistently puzzled visitors and fueled conspiracy theories is the orientation of the barbed wire on the fences. Instead of being designed to deter people from breaking in as you would expect, the barbed wire is angled inward, as if to prevent people from getting out. Conspiracy theorists have jumped on this anomaly, with some claiming it's evidence of a secret underground prison or concentration camp operated by the government or perhaps our supposed reptilian overlords. They argue that the inward-facing fences are a clear indication of the airport's sinister purpose, to detain, not to deter. But those in charge of the airport offer a more mundane explanation. They argue that the inward-facing fences are simply a measure to prevent large animals, such as deer, from wandering onto the runways, which could potentially lead to dangerous accidents. Yet, for those who believe in the Denver airport conspiracies, this explanation is seen as a convenient cover-up. The question remains, are these fences an innocent measure of wildlife control or a more insidious tool of containment? As always, the answer depends on who you ask. Denver International Airport, or DIA, is more than just a hub for travelers from around the globe. This intriguing location has earned quite a reputation. It's often referred to as the conspiracy capital of the world, and for good reason. You see, the airport was built in 1995, replacing Denver's Stapleton Airport, which, by all accounts, was still functioning perfectly well. This raised eyebrows, particularly because the new DIA was significantly larger and seemingly unnecessary, but things get even stranger. The initial budget for DIA was around $1.7 billion, but the final cost skyrocketed to nearly $4.8 billion, a whopping $3.1 billion over the original budget. This massive overrun sparked a flurry of questions. Why was the budget exceeded by such a massive amount? And where did all that money go? Adding to the intrigue, the airport's dedication stone credits an organization called the New World Airport Commission for its help in building the airport. However, there's no record of such an organization existing. This gave rise to speculation that New World could be a reference to the New World Order, a secret society that, according to conspiracy theorists, aims to establish an authoritarian world government. The construction of the airport also required massive amounts of earth moving, which created a system of tunnels and multi-level underground structures. According to the airport's official explanation, these were intended for a high-speed automated baggage handling system that never actually worked. However, some conspiracy theorists have proposed that these subterranean levels serve a far more sinister purpose, and this is where our reptilian friends enter the scene. Now let's take a detour into the world of the bizarre and the unexplained, the reptilian theory. The idea, popularized by conspiracy theorist David Icke, posits that shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate our societies. Sounds like something right out of a sci-fi movie, right? But here's the connection to Denver Airport. Some theorists believe that the underground tunnels and multi-level structures beneath the airport serve as a secret base for these reptilian overlords. The airport's capacious underground area, the size of Manhattan, they claim, provides ample room for a hidden city, or rather a hidden reptilian lair. And while we're down here in the basement of conjecture, let's add another layer to this conspiracy cake. Some proponents of the reptilian theory also suggest that the alleged subterranean city is not just a lair, but a massive covert genetics lab. Here, they say, human and reptilian DNA are combined to produce hybrid beings that walk among us, undetected. Naturally, these theories are met with a healthy dose of skepticism by most, but that doesn't stop the speculation. And it's not just the underground structure that has caught the attention of conspiracy theorists. There are many more elements of DIA that raise eyebrows and fuel the belief in the extraordinary. And now we enter the basement, or should we say the supposed labyrinthine network of underground tunnels that exist beneath the Denver airport. If you believe the theories, these are not just your regular baggage handling and maintenance tunnels, but rather, they are home to our elusive reptilian overlords. The belief in reptilian beings controlling Earth is not new. It's a common thread in many conspiracy theories, with some alleging that these creatures are a superior alien species, or perhaps even a subterranean race that has lived on Earth far longer than us humans. In the case of Denver Airport, theorists suggest that the airport was built as a cover for the construction of a massive underground base. This base is, according to them, where the reptilian beings live, work, and perhaps orchestrate their global control strategies. They point to the unusually large amount of soil, 110 million cubic yards to be precise, that was moved during the airport's construction. Could this have been to accommodate the creation of this subterranean city? Again, officials offer a more rational explanation. The soil was moved to build the airport's runway system. But for those ingrained in conspiracy lore, this is seen as another cover-up, a smokescreen to hide the true purpose of the airport. So is there a vast subterranean network harboring a race of reptilian beings under Denver Airport? As with all things, the truth might be stranger than fiction. Or perhaps it might be exactly as mundane as officials insist. Either way, it's a fascinating journey into the world of conspiracy theories and our own human imagination. Art, as they say, is a reflection of society, a mirror held up to the world. But what if the mirror shows us something unexpected, something cryptic? Denver Airport is home to some intriguing and, to some, unsettling artwork. The most notable of these is a series of murals painted by artist Leo Tanguma. They depict scenes of environmental decay, war and genocide, but also scenes of restoration and peace. While Tanguma has explained that the murals are a commentary on humanity's capacity for destruction and hope for a better future, conspiracy theorists have their own interpretations. To them, these murals are not simple artistic expressions, but coded messages or even prophecies about a dystopian future orchestrated by the global elite, or, in this case, our reptilian overlords. Some theories suggest the murals depict a new world order taking over the Earth after some cataclysmic event. Another notable piece of art is a 32-foot-tall blue horse statue with glowing red eyes, affectionately known as Lucifer. The statue's eerie appearance has led to speculation about its intended symbolism, with theories ranging from it being a representation of the fourth horseman of the apocalypse to it being a symbol of the reptilians' power and influence. Interestingly, the artist of the statue, Luis Jimenez, was killed when a section of the sculpture fell on him during construction. This unfortunate event has only served to fuel the conspiracies surrounding the airport's artworks. But is there a hidden meaning in these artworks, a message to be decoded? Or is it just art, meant to provoke thought and discussion? The answer, like many things at Denver Airport, remains shrouded in mystery. Finally, let's gaze into the future. Denver International Airport, despite, or perhaps because of all the conspiracy theories, has become a cultural icon, and the airport authorities aren't shying away from it. In fact, they're embracing the theories, turning them into a marketing tool, and using them to fuel intrigue and tourism. In 2016, the airport even held a month-long exhibit on the conspiracy theories, complete with a talking gargoyle that joked with travelers about the airport's supposed secrets. The airport's official website has a section dedicated to debunking the rumors, but it does so with a wink, maintaining the sense of mystery. They've also used the theories in construction signs when the airport was undergoing renovations, signs reading construction or cover up. And what's happening behind this wall, gargoyle breeding ground, top secret Freemason meeting, appeared around the airport. Far from quashing the rumors, these actions have only added fuel to the fire. So what does the future hold for the Denver Airport conspiracy theories? As long as there's an airport with unusual art, mysterious symbols, and a complex network of underground tunnels, it seems there will always be someone wondering what really lies beneath. And isn't that the beauty of human curiosity? The quest for answers, the yearning for truth, the lure of the unknown, it's all part of the journey. In the end, the Denver Airport and its associated conspiracy theories serve as a reminder that our world is full of mystery and intrigue, whether real or imagined, and that's a world well worth exploring. After all, where would we be without a little mystery in our lives? There you have it, folks. From the construction of the largest airport in the United States by total land area, to the intricate murals and statues, all the way to the inward-facing barbed wire and the supposed reptilian base, Denver International Airport has carved a unique space for itself in the annals of conspiracy theory lore. In an era where everything is a Google search away, it's refreshing and a little exciting to have some mysteries left in the world. And while we've explored some of the most popular theories about Denver Airport, remember, the truth is often elusive and in some cases far stranger than fiction. Of course, all of these theories are just that, theories. As humans, we love a good story, and the Denver Airport gives us plenty to speculate on. But next time you're rushing to catch a flight, spare a thought for the possible reptilian inhabitants beneath your feet. Or better yet, take a moment to appreciate the unique artwork that sparks these fascinating conversations. What if I told you that alien technology is not just in the realm of science fiction, but potentially right under our noses? Some say governments around the world may have been collecting, studying, even reverse engineering extraterrestrial tech for decades. And what if we could trace this interaction all the way back to the Roswell incident in 1947, or perhaps even earlier? Let's delve into this fascinating world of UFOs, government secrets, and the tech that could be out of this world. Now, the question that stands out like a sore thumb is, when did the government actually start collecting these unidentified flying objects? The timing seems to be a subject of considerable debate, with some pointing as far back as the early 20th century. However, the watershed moment that brought UFOs into the public eye was undoubtedly the infamous Roswell incident of 1947. After the alleged crash of a UFO near Roswell, New Mexico, many UFO researchers and enthusiasts believe that the US government initiated a concerted effort to recover and study extraterrestrial technology. This is where things get murky. Official records deny the presence of any extraterrestrial artifact, explaining the incident as the crash of a high-altitude surveillance balloon. However, theorists and witnesses insist that there was a cover-up. The years that followed the Roswell incident saw an increase in reported UFO sightings, not just in the US but around the globe. Many believe this marked the beginning of covert government programs designed to acquire, study, and potentially reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology. Through the Cold War and the space race right into the 21st century, the narrative of governmental involvement with UFOs and potential alien technology has persisted. Enter Philip J. Corso, a name synonymous with the most famous alleged UFO incident in history. The Roswell incident of 1947. Corso, a former US Army colonel, shook the world with his claims in the book The Day After Roswell. According to Corso, he was entrusted with foreign technology recovered from the Roswell crash. He alleged that the US government had reverse-engineered this technology and then seeded it into the private sector, with Corso playing a pivotal role in the process. But what exactly was this foreign technology? Corso described artifacts such as a thin, clear material like plastic, reminiscent of the integrated circuits used in our modern computers. He also wrote of fiber optics, lasers, super tenacity fibers that led to the development of Kevlar and other advanced technology that was apparently far beyond human capability at the time. He even claimed that the Roswell craft itself was a kind of lifeboat for the alien crew and was designed to interface with them directly. Now, that's a thought to send chills down your spine, isn't it? A spaceship not just controlled by the creatures, but an actual part of them. However, skeptics have challenged Corso's claims, pointing to discrepancies in his accounts and citing the rapid pace of human technological advancement as a more plausible explanation for these innovations. But Corso's tale is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's dive deeper, shall we? Now, you might be thinking, if this is all true, why doesn't the government just come out and say it? Well, believe it or not, they kind of have. Over the past few years, government agencies, particularly in the United States, have been more forthcoming about the UFO phenomenon. In 2020, the US Department of Defense officially released 3 short videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena. These were captured by Navy pilots during training flights between 2004 and 2015. Each of the videos showcases fast-moving, oblong objects racing through the sky and performing maneuvers that seem to defy our understanding of physics. The government's acknowledgement of these videos as real, unidentified objects is a big deal. It's the closest we've come to an official admission that there are things in our skies that our best military and scientific minds can't explain. Then, there's the Pentagon's UAP task force, established in 2020 with a mandate to investigate sightings of unexplained aerial vehicles by military personnel. So while they're not saying, hey, we've got aliens, they're certainly saying, hey, there's something weird in the sky and we don't know what it is. But this acknowledgement doesn't tell us what these unidentified objects are, where they come from, or who, or what is controlling them. But it's a step towards transparency that was unthinkable even a decade ago. Could it be possible that this is a slow, calculated strategy to prepare us for something bigger, to acclimate us to the reality of the unknown? Perhaps. But for now, we're left with more questions than answers. So, let's explore further. After all, the best is yet to come. But how long have governments been aware of this alien phenomenon? And when did contact supposedly occur? Let's delve into that. According to some researchers and theorists, contact with extraterrestrial life may have started much earlier than we think. Reports of sightings and encounters date back centuries, with many ancient civilizations attributing their advancements to the sky gods. But when we talk about modern times, things start to get a bit more concrete, albeit still largely speculative. Some theorists point to the events of 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico as a significant turning point. They claimed that a crash involving an extraterrestrial spacecraft occurred and that the US government recovered debris and even alien bodies. If this is true, then governments have been in contact with alien technology and potentially aliens themselves for over 7 decades. But perhaps more interestingly, some whistleblowers and researchers argue that direct purposeful contact has been established between humans and extraterrestrial beings. Former Canadian Minister of Defense Paul Hellyer publicly stated in 2005 that not only do UFOs exist, but that governments have been in direct contact with extraterrestrials for many years. He even goes so far as to say that at least 4 species of aliens have been visiting Earth for thousands of years. Similar claims have been made by others, suggesting that this contact has resulted in a wealth of shared technology and knowledge, much of which remains top secret. If these assertions are correct, then we are dealing with a global, multi-generational cover-up, with implications that would shake our society to its very core. But why would the government keep such world-altering information secret? Well, let's take a look at some potential reasons. Now, let's talk about possibilities. What are the potential technologies we could imagine extraterrestrial beings to have? And which of these might governments potentially have access to? For starters, let's consider the obvious: spacecraft technology. We're not just talking about sleek aerodynamic designs that defy gravity. These technologies could potentially involve manipulation of space-time itself. Ideas such as warp drives, teleportation devices, and wormhole generators are all part of this speculative discussion. If such technologies are within the grasp of extraterrestrial civilizations, it could explain the seemingly impossible maneuvers reported in many UFO sightings. Then there's energy technology. It's no secret that we're facing an energy crisis on Earth, but an advanced alien civilization may have already solved this issue. Technologies that allow for harnessing energy from stars, otherwise known as Dyson spheres or Dyson swarms, or even directly tapping into the fabric of space-time for limitless energy, are all within the realm of theoretical possibility. And what about medical technology? Some abductees claim to have been healed or altered by their alien captors. Could we see advanced medical equipment capable of rapidly healing injuries, curing diseases, or even halting the aging process? But perhaps most interesting is the possibility of communication and information technology that could provide access to an interstellar internet, connecting civilizations across the galaxy or even the universe. This could potentially give us access to a wealth of knowledge beyond anything we've ever imagined. Of course, these are all speculative. We're still waiting on solid proof, but if even one of these technologies is real and within our reach, it could entirely reshape our civilization. And here's where things get a little tricky. You might be wondering, if the government does have such revolutionary technology, why keep it hidden? There are a few theories, really. For starters, any new technology that offers a significant strategic advantage is likely to be kept secret, especially in the context of national security. If these technologies can be weaponized, it would be natural for governments to want to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Moreover, disclosure could lead to social, economic, and religious upheaval. Imagine the societal impact of realizing we're not alone in the universe, or the economic consequences of introducing free, limitless energy. We could be looking at a complete restructuring of power and wealth, something those currently in power might not be too keen on. Then there's the potential for panic. In 1938, a radio broadcast of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds led to widespread fear among listeners who believed an actual alien invasion was underway. This incident has often been cited as an example of the mass hysteria that could result from the sudden revelation of extraterrestrial existence. Finally, consider that the governments might be suppressing the information not for our protection, but because they're being instructed to by the extraterrestrials themselves. Maybe the aliens don't believe we're ready for such revelations, or they might have their own reasons for wanting to stay in the shadows. All in all, these considerations paint a complex picture of the potential reasons for the suppression of alien technology. But remember, these are just theories. Until there is official disclosure, we can only speculate, conjecture, and ask ourselves, what if? So there you have it. Philip J. Corso's detailed assertions about back-engineering alien tech from Roswell, and the intriguing timelines of government interactions with UFOs. Could it be that we've had access to interstellar technology for decades? And if so, what's been holding back the big reveal? Food for thought, isn't it? What if I told you we could bend time like a piece of wire, or gaze into tomorrow as easily as looking out a window? Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, brace yourself for a journey into the uncharted territories of Project Looking Glass and Project Galileo, top-secret endeavors that, if the rumors are to be believed, sought to do just that and more. Grab your curiosity hats as we step into a realm where time travel might not just be a fragment of our imaginations. Project Looking Glass sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. But what if I told you it might be real? Or at least according to some conspiracy theories and testimonies, it might be. Reportedly developed in secret US government facilities, Project Looking Glass allegedly involves the use of advanced technologies for viewing future and past events. Speculation swirls around this project, with theories proposing that it uses quantum physics and highly sophisticated optical devices to distort gravity and light, thereby bending the space-time continuum. Supposedly, this allows the users to peer into different points in time. Such a device, if real, would have profound implications for our understanding of reality itself. Bob Lazar, an alleged former Area 51 employee, has vaguely referenced such technology, further fueling speculation. However, it's crucial to note that no credible evidence has been publicly produced to substantiate these astonishing claims. Without verifiable proof, the story of Project Looking Glass remains firmly in the realm of speculation. But the tantalizing question remains, what if it's true? What would that mean for us, for our understanding of time, and indeed for our place in the universe? The prospect is as tantalizing as it is mind-boggling. When we talk about Project Looking Glass, one name often comes up in the discussion: Bob Lazar. A controversial figure in the world of ufology, Lazar claims to have worked on reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology at a site called S4, near the infamous Area 51 in Nevada. According to Lazar, one of the projects he was involved with had technology that bears a striking resemblance to what's described in Project Looking Glass. While he hasn't explicitly confirmed working on this particular project, his descriptions of an alien craft that could manipulate gravity to propel itself certainly seem to align with the supposed objectives of Project Looking Glass. Lazar describes the technology as using gravity as a lens, much like how traditional lenses use light refraction, bending it to focus on a specific point. He further elaborates that this technology could manipulate the gravity A and B waves, which, in the hands of advanced beings or societies, could potentially be used for time viewing or even time travel. The concept of time travel has fascinated humans for centuries, but it wasn't until Albert Einstein's theories of relativity in the early 20th century that the concept moved from the realm of fantasy to a theoretical possibility. The idea, in essence, is based on how space and time intermingle, coining the term space-time. Einstein's theory of relativity posits that gravity is not a force transmitted across space, as Isaac Newton had suggested, but a curvature of space-time caused by massive objects. So when a massive object like a star or planet curves space-time, anything passing by, including light, follows this curvature. This is known as gravity's effect on time, or gravitational time dilation, observed in experiments where clocks closer to a massive object, like the Earth, tick slower compared to those further away. Extending this idea to Project Looking Glass, if you have a technology that can manipulate gravity, then you could, in theory, manipulate time. By creating a strong gravitational field, you could slow time down, or by creating a negative gravitational field, you could potentially reverse time. This falls into the domain of hypothetical exotic matter and negative energy densities, which are required for notions like wormholes, shortcuts through space-time frequently used in discussions about time travel and faster-than-light travel. Our Project Galileo isn't about peering into the future, like Project Looking Glass. Instead, it's focused on exploring the vast, mysterious expanse of space, specifically the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter. But why Jupiter, you might ask? The reason lies in the intrigue that Jupiter's moons hold, with a particular emphasis on the moon Europa. Project Galileo, named after the famous Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, was an ambitious endeavor launched by NASA in 1989. Galileo, the spacecraft, was designed to study Jupiter and its moons in unprecedented detail. It arrived at Jupiter in 1995 after a lengthy journey involving gravitational assists, also known as slingshots, around Venus and Earth. The primary mission objectives were to explore Jupiter's atmosphere, magnetosphere, and to study the chemical composition, geology, and the extraordinary possibility of subsurface oceans on its moons. Over the course of 14 years, including its journey to Jupiter and its extended missions, Galileo made several groundbreaking discoveries. One of the most compelling findings was the discovery of a salty, subsurface ocean on Europa, making it a prime candidate for potential extraterrestrial life within our own solar system. That's right, a moon that could potentially harbor life, not millions of light years away, but within our own cosmic neighborhood. Project Galileo, despite its immense scientific value, has been a subject of various conspiracy theories and speculations. Some individuals believe that its true purpose was not just to explore the Jovian system, but to gather technology from an extraterrestrial source. There's a fascinating thread of thought that suggests that the spacecraft was not just sent for exploration and discovery, but was also a scavenging mission. The theory alleges that Jupiter's moon Europa could potentially house ancient extraterrestrial technology beneath its icy surface. The source of such speculation is often attributed to the supposed secrecy and specific interest that NASA seemed to have on Europa. Now, what kind of technology could possibly be buried beneath the icy surface of Europa, a moon so far from Earth? The conjecture suggests anything from energy sources much more efficient and sustainable than we currently have to technological artifacts that could change our understanding of the universe and our place within it. It's a thought that is as tantalizing as it is terrifying. To add another layer to the intrigue, some of these theories even extend to the notion that governments and organizations like NASA are reverse engineering this alien technology, fueling advancements in various fields. This is a bold claim, often lacking concrete evidence, yet has gripped many a curious mind, painting a picture of a reality straight out of a science fiction novel. So, what would the alleged discoveries from Project Galileo imply for us, for our world, and our understanding of the cosmos? Let's assume, just for the sake of our conversation, that the theories about a secret alien technology scavenging mission are true. What are the potential implications? Firstly, the discovery of any form of extraterrestrial technology would profoundly shift our understanding of life in the universe. It would not only confirm the existence of other technologically advanced civilizations, but also give us a glimpse into the kind of advancements possible in the universe. Such a revelation would carry monumental implications for our search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, and could potentially lead to an entirely new era of space exploration and discovery. Secondly, the presence of alien technology on Europa could potentially suggest that, at some point in the distant past, this moon of Jupiter was either visited or inhabited by an advanced civilization. This could mean that the icy surface and oceans of Europa might not just hold secrets of alien technology, but also signs of past or even present extraterrestrial life. Thirdly, if the theories about reverse engineering this alien technology are accurate, we could be looking at a future where current technological barriers are broken, leading to unprecedented advancements. Imagine energy sources more potent and cleaner than anything we've ever known, space travel technologies that could take us to the furthest corners of the universe, and scientific tools that could allow us to manipulate the very fabric of reality. Finally, and perhaps most disquietingly, if the allegations about the secrecy of Project Galileo's true mission hold any weight, it would raise significant questions about the transparency of our space exploration initiatives and the motives behind them. In essence, it would redefine the narrative of space exploration and the role of secrecy in scientific advancements. Of course, all of this is pure conjecture and exploration of what-ifs. Until we have solid evidence in our hands, such narratives remain confined to the realm of speculation. But as always, it's the questions that lead us forward, that push us to explore and discover, and perhaps one day unravel the mysteries that the universe holds. We've danced on the edges of science fiction and reality, ventured into secret projects and explored the possibility of warping time and space. Yet as always in the realm of the unexplained and the extraordinary, we leave with more questions. And that's just fine, because questions push us to discover, to explore, and to keep turning the page. Until next time, remember, time waits for no one, and see the montage, or does it?
Follow, like, and subscribe. News 24 Philippines Daily News.